So Jesus said to those who believed in him, "If you obey my teaching, you are really my disciples. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." "We are the descendants of Abraham," they answered, "and we have never been anybody's slaves." "What do you mean then by saying, 'You will be free'?" Jesus said to them, "I'm telling you the truth. Everyone who sins is a slave of sin. A slave does not belong to a family permanently, but a son belongs there forever. If the Son sets you free, then you will be really free." This is from John 8, chapter 31 till 36. And Jesus is speaking about freedom. I think most of us loves freedom. Nobody wants to be slave, because being slave, I don't know how was it in Egypt or in the era of the pharaohs, but we can see it in movies, and it's really not a fun or good thing. Even today, there are so many things that can enslave us. For example, money or status or material things or a job, of course. But Jesus is telling us about the real freedom. How can we achieve real freedom? Because we can have the illusion in everyday lives that freedom means that if I can do anything, anywhere, with anyone, with anybody, so there are really no rules what I can do and whenever I want. Often we think that this is freedom, and I guess I had periods in my life when I thought the same. But I'm so thankful to God that He showed me something what I could never believed. How somebody can be free by obeying laws. So it's totally just upside down of our human way of thinking. But Jesus is telling us this. By obeying His laws, we can be really free. And it's wonderful and amazing, because Jesus knows our human nature. He knows our human character. He knows exactly what makes us happy, what makes us like flying of happiness. But at the same time, He wants to save us from ourselves and save us from fake freedom. If we can obey His teachings, what is, of course, we are not perfect, not all the time easy, but it can be easier and easier. It's a process, because we fail. For example, I fail all the time, and I can really hate myself that what can be so important to do, what just separates me from Jesus. And by time to time, I can just stop myself and say to myself that, okay, Jesus knows me, and I start to pray and ask for the power and the strength to not to commit that mistakes again and again. And finally, I realized that it's true that so many things cannot bring freedom and happiness, because it's often an illusion. I met some rich people in my life, very rich. I don't think that I will be ever as rich, but maybe I just don't want to be as rich. I don't know. I need certain things, material objects in my life. I need clothes. I need a place to sleep. I need, of course, lots of things. But I know that God knows about it. He knows. He knows that I need material things. But I know that I don't have to sell my soul in order to get material objects. And this is what I saw so many times, that behind the scenes of very rich people, they were just simply enslaved of money. And I realized that maybe it's a cliche, but it's true that money can't buy happiness. Status can't buy happiness. A good job can't buy happiness, and neither freedom. It can be comforting, it can be really funny things for a while, But without Jesus and without God, it's worthless. Because only God, only Jesus can fulfill our heart with the satisfaction, with the happiness and the joy, and with the ability to enjoy what we got. So this is what I saw several times, that people achieve more and more things, material objects, bigger and bigger house, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars, but nothing can satisfy them. And I just asked myself that, wait, how is it possible that these people achieve more and more things and they look like less and less happy? So I'm so grateful today because, of course, I have to make my living, I have to earn money, but I know that this is only the second or the third or the fourth thing in my life, because the first, the very, very first is Jesus. If I have a relationship with Jesus, if I make effort to get closer and closer to Him every day in my life, and even my failures, I can just go in front of Him. I can just close my eyes and imagine that I'm there at the cross and watching Jesus, how He sacrificed His life, and after how He resurrected. I'm so glad and happy that I got this grace to know Him, to have the permission to pray to Him. So the real freedom can come only from God, and nobody else can give you. Not your employer, not your spouse, not your family. They are very important. They play important roles, of course, in your life. But the most important role, it's Jesus. He has the most important role in your life. So I'm praying for you that you could find real freedom, that you can discover that obeying laws can really bring you real freedom. And obeying laws, I mean the laws of Christ. These laws can set you absolutely and 100% free.